a man falling and tripping and having negative experiences with women until he meets you. Because the reality of that situation, and I'm going to open y'all mind to something, is that he will be traumatized by women and then deal with you in the same way as the women who played in his face. And you could not be like that. The women who didn't have chemistry with him. And you could not be like that. So what I'm trying to say is, you don't need to play mind games with God to manifest the lover. You could take a direct path to find the lover. You don't gotta ask God to find the lover. God is telling you. God is always telling you. God is always telling you how to find love.
Love is pure gold. Let your soul. Love is pure gold. Wake up, walk in the light. Love is pure gold.
Today we're going to talk about the love within. And as we all referenced earlier, we have heard of this concept of finding the love within and having love for self and self-love and self-care. But in the same sentence, not even the next paragraph, in the same exact sentence, you will hear people praying for a man. You would tell a person to say, I want a relationship. I want to be in a relationship. I want to manifest a relationship. And in all the breath that they spend, they forget about the original concept that we just discussed, which we'll be discussing throughout this video because that's the point of the video. It's easy to grasp the concept of finding a love within, but the nature of finding a love within will also you not being putting out a message like this. Kira J says on the public forum of Twitter, God, please, if you love me. So basically, she is asking God and then putting a condition on God to say, if you love me. And this is a grown-ass woman, I'm assuming, having a real irrational thought that many people have. We imagine that God loves us. And we imagine that God is going to hear us in reference to what we got going on. God should stop everything that he got going on and pay specific attention to your love life. But this is the kicker. The intrinsic, the internal, the realistic and rational ways to increase your actual value in said relationships is not something that interests you. One's in the chat if that don't make too much sense. You would rather, one's in the chat if it don't make sense to pray to God versus doing the work to manifest the guy or the girl that you really want. Because a lot of niggas is like this too. They go into church just like everybody else. Preacher be like, I know somebody need to come up to the front and be saved again. Raymond Ta Un F Ra is walking up to that goddamn pew talking about Jesus forgive me just so they can get some pussy next week. Please believe it. So I'm telling you, there is no way that you can find love by loving somebody else. You will find yourself in the most precarious situation. Imagine yourself to be a cup, and all of your energy is being poured out into someone else. First of all, ain't nobody going to say, thank you for pouring all of your energy into me. So that'll leave you with a situation where you done gave somebody all of your energy and they ain't gave you nothing in return. And that's not the worst part. The worst part is that they don't even realize or come to the consensus that they actually received all your energy. Is that situation relatable? One's in the chat. Have you ever gave all of your energy to a person and the person looked at you like, you ain't never did shit for me? I was confused on what you was even doing. I mean, I know we was going to the restaurant and the food was getting paid for, but I thought like it was free. You should pay for my food. You should take care of me. You should do these things because I'm a great person. I'm awesome. So God, please, if you love me, keep that man single. So the greatest man in the world, ladies, this is crazy, is single and ain't no ladies checking for him. The greatest man in the world is sitting in his room like Brandy, waiting for you. May he have nothing but lackluster chemistry and mediocre conversations. So he is just out here losing. And then he gonna magically come into your grasp. And then it's gonna be on from there. They're like, and I'm not picking on women. I know men like this too. I was just talking to a 17-year-old talking about his e-girlfriend and the e-sex that he been having. And I know that if a real woman ever was to talk to him, he would fold like a goddamn folding chair at the end of a wedding reception. And a whole bunch of your young cousins with a lot of energy and a lot of alcohol want to help out. They gonna be folding like a motherfucker, right? That's how these niggas would be if they ever got in contact with you. So a lot of it is social skills. A lot of it is generational, where like y'all was taught by the internet, y'all was taught by being isolated, and then when it comes to coming with another person, you don't have the skills. Okay? So let's play this back. May every woman he meets waste his time and play in his face until I'm ready. The reality is not to say that finding love is a result of a man falling and tripping and having negative experiences with women until he meets you. Because the reality of that situation, and I'm going to open y'all mind to something, is that he will be traumatized by women and then deal with you in the same way as the women who played in his face. And you could not be like that. The women who didn't have chemistry with him. And you could not be like that. So what I'm trying to say is, you don't need to play mind games with God to manifest a lover. You could take a direct path to find a lover. You don't gotta ask God to find a lover. God is telling you. God is always telling you. God is always telling you how to find love.